G'day everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video it is this time of year again. The AFL season is starting back up, and what better way to get into it than starting off the tipping for this year. Today we'll be going through my round 1 AFL season 2022 predictions. Before we get into this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss an upload, because these weekly tipping videos will be pumping out and you don't want to miss my predictions. If you haven't already, make sure to go and join my ESPN AFL tipping comp for this season. There are some massive prizes up for grabs and you don't want to be missing out on them. Here we go, starting off on Wednesday the 16th of March. It is the D's and the Dogs. Now I'm just going to wonder this. Are they going to start off every season with a grand final rematch? Is that something you guys would like to see? I feel like that could be pretty interesting, starting off the year every single season with the grand final rematch. I feel like that could be a cool inclusive thing that the AFL decides to do. However, the D's have the money to win this, $1.60 to $2.35 for the Dogs. And I don't know, the D's finished first last year, the Dogs finished 5th. 84% have tipped the D's, so the D's in heavy favour to win this matchup. Also a bit strange how the season's starting on a Wednesday night. However, I don't really mind it. Getting footy early on in the week is always good. I think I'm going to back in the D's to win this. Obviously, they're coming off the back of a premiership win against the Dogs as well, so I think they're going to start off the season with another win. I'll tip the D's, and because it's obviously the first game of the round, we have to tip a margin. Now, I feel like they could either flog the Dogs. It's just whether or not they turn up, because if they don't turn up, then they just play a really inconsistent brand of footy. However, if they turn up, they're one of the hardest teams to beat, and they play really good footy. I'm going to tip the D's by a healthy 29-point margin. Moving on to Thursday night footy now, the original matchup, Carlton and Richmond at the MCG, 7:25 PM. on the Thursday. $2.85 Carlton to Richmond $1.42. Richmond, 80% of people have tipped them and 20% have tipped the Blues. Now the Blues, they are a team that could possibly make finals this year. You never know, but they do say that they're going to make finals every year, and look what happens. They haven't made it once. But is this their bounce back year? Are the Blues finally going to become good again? And are Richmond also going to maybe bounce back into the 8? Obviously, they had a really bad second half to last year's season. So who knows? Are the Tigers going to bounce back? Are the Blues going to bounce back? Who's going to win this? It's a heavy in favour game to Richmond here by the tippers. The boring answer would be to tip Richmond. However, I want to switch things up, and I do know that last year I tipped North Melbourne for about 5 rounds until they actually won a game. I'm going to tip the Blues. I'm going to tip the Blues in a massive upset here against the Tigers. I feel like they could possibly get it done. However, I feel like the Tigers will get it done, but tipping the Blues, because why not? Moving on to the Friday night matchup, it is Saints and the Pies. Saints finished 10th, Collingwood finished second last. 82% have tipped the St Kilda Saints. $1.65 the Saints to $2.25 Collingwood, and I feel like the Saints should get this done easy. They've got the better list. They're much more informed than the Pies are. They had a really healthy win against Essendon in the Amy Community Series match, and Essendon are not a bad side, so for them to get up by, I think it was around 11 points, I feel like they'll easily dismiss the Pies. Moving on now to the Saturday matchups, we have Geelong and Essendon at the MCG, 2:10 PM. It is Geelong $1.55 to Essendon $2.45. Essendon have 20% tipped them, so Geelong heavy in favour once again with the betting and also with the tippers. Geelong coming off a 3rd place finish in season 2021. The Bombers coming off an 8th place finish in season 2021. The Bombers, they didn't show too much at all in the Amy Community Series match. They just weren't on. They weren't switched on. However, they are definitely the team that can probably beat the Cats if they wanted to. They just got to show up on game day, and the Cats can easily be switched off in round 1, as we did see last year against the Crows. They did, lose that matchup. So if Essendon come out firing, I feel like they have a massive chance in winning this one. However, I'm going to go the safe option. I will be tipping the Geelong Cats. 5:10 PM at ANZ Stadium. The stadium finally being in use. I don't think it's been in use since around 2015, ANZ Stadium. So good to have the stadium back and included in the AFL season. We have GWS and Sydney Showdown in round 1, which is good. GWS $2 to win it, Sydney $1.80 to win it, and Sydney 67% of tippers have tipped the Swans to win this one. I do have a very, very high faith in the Swans this year. They finished 6th last year. GWS finished 7th. I feel like Sydney probably have the better list at the moment. I'm going to tip the Swans, however this one could really go either way. Moving on to the Saturday night matchup at the Gabba, we have Brisbane and Port Adelaide going head to head. And now this is a crazy one to think about because Brisbane finished 4th, Port finished 2nd last year, so Port having the upper hand probably in form as well. But Brisbane are $1.50 to win it, Port are $2.60, so heavily in favour. And we know the Brisbane Lions play absolutely outstanding at the Gabba, that's probably why the odds are like that. Brisbane have 84% of tippers tip them in this game, with Port Adelaide only having 16, which is crazy because in previous games where we see Brisbane and Port match up at the Gabba, we see Port play an outstanding brand of footy and get it done. I'm pretty sure last year they would have played around a similar time, the start of the season, and Port Adelaide absolutely dismissed the Brisbane Lions, and I feel like they're going to do it again. So I'm going to join the 16% of tippers to tip Port Adelaide, but I just feel like they have the upper hand, and I just feel like they're going to play a much stronger brand of footy, and I feel like they will get it done against the Brisbane Lions. Moving on to the Sunday games now. For round 1, we have Hawthorn and North Melbourne at the MCG. 1:10 p.m, Hawthorn $1.60 to the North Melbourne Kangaroos $2.35. 84% of tippers have tipped Hawthorn, with 16 only tipping the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Now Hawthorn, I feel like they're going to have a little bit of a jump in season 2022. I don't feel like they're going to go outstandingly. Like, I don't think they're going to go into the 8, but I feel like they're going to have a little bit of a jump, maybe around that 11th to 12th position finish. However, the Kangaroos, coming off the back of a wooden spoon, I don't think they're going to be performing too well. However, I do think that they are going to be in better form than they were last year. For this matchup, I can see this result going absolutely any way possible. We saw North Melbourne get their first win of the season last year against Hawthorn, and that was the first game that I actually tipped against North Melbourne. So we're going to stick with the Kangaroos, we're going to go with the 16% of tippers, and we're going to back in the Kangaroos to get it done against the Hawks. Second last game of the round, we now head to Adelaide Oval for a 4:10 p.m. start. Adelaide 33% to win this, and Freo 67% to win this, so crazy odds actually. I thought Adelaide maybe would have had the bit of an upper hand being at Adelaide Oval. However, Adelaide $2.10 to win it, Freo $1.75, and I am a Freo supporter myself, and I do see this one going either way as well. We versed them last year at Adelaide Oval quite early on in the season, and we only got it done by, I think it was a goal or maybe a few goals. It wasn't the biggest of margins. However, we did probably play a little bit of a better brand of footy. However, Freo coming off the back of 2 wins against West Coast in the pre-season for season 2022. We bet them by, I think, 15 or 14 points in the AAMI Community Series, and then for the practice match, we bet them by 97, the West Coast Eagles. So I don't see West Coast having too good of a season, but I feel like it will be embarrassing if we don't get this done. I'm pretty sure I saw this thing on Fox Footy that Freo have the easiest fixture in the first 10 rounds of the season. So we got to get our season up and running early, and we've got to beat the Adelaide Crows. Moving on now to the last game of round 1, we have the West Coast Eagles and the Gold Coast Suns at Optus Stadium, 7:40 p.m. Now, we did see North Melbourne dismiss West Coast last year at Optus Stadium. However, I feel like that was just a bit of a fluke. West Coast $1.50 to win, Gold Coast $2.60. 86% of tippers have tipped the West Coast Eagles. No surprise being at Optus Stadium. However, with the form that they've shown West Coast in the last like 3 to 4 weeks with practice match and AAMI Community Series, I don't see them doing too well, and I gotta be honest, they are the type of team that can lose against Gold Coast in this round 1 matchup. In my opinion, it could go either way. A Gold Coast upset is very possible, but also West Coast could easily dismiss the Gold Coast Suns and could just probably run away with a really healthy margin win. However, I do love my upsets, and I just feel like if I tip Gold Coast at the end of the round, I'll be like, well, what the hell am I doing midway through the 4th quarter when West Coast are up by 70 points? But I'm going to tip Gold Coast and see what they can do for my tip. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to join the footy tipping comp. There'll be a link down below in the description. Make sure to go join it now, because there are some massive prizes up for grabs, including a size 5 professional AFL men's footy if you do come first in the tipping comp. So make sure to join. I think we're around at 50 members currently on the footy tipping, so make sure to join and have your chance of winning heaps of different prizes.